So, yeah, I'm in my usual spot, and yeah, someone's made this. Look, someone's created turned it in. They took an old branch and it's put it across like that and turned it into like a bench or seat. So someone's kind of made a seat, kind of like. So now I've got somewhere to sit now. Gotta come down here now. We get done early. Just come and chill up here, and especially when it's like if it's wet and raining up, I won't bother. But no weather, I can do. But yeah. So at the moment, my just confidence and just like this any little negative, any kind of negative experience I have passing women out and about, it keeps knocking my confidence because I feel like if they're judging me, what chance have I ever got of meeting someone if women are like that towards me just passing? Then but then again I got to think that that's just they're just judging me from just first impressions. They're just judging me from passing me. Just by looking at me and passing me. That's the problem with society. People do that. Everyone judges you. If random strangers judge other strangers, just from just first appearance and their first impressions. They don't. That's why I think getting to know a person is, especially I think for my situation, how things are for me, I think meeting someone trying to date online is the best option, because then they can get to know, they can speak to me and get to know me, give me a chance, and even if it doesn't work out, I've still at least I've still at least I've at least tried, and and at least I've kind of got a chance to chat, and I get they actually speak to me and meet me, and realize that because at the end of the day, I want, if I have I have a right to find someone. I have a right to be with, to have someone, to date. So I have a right to want to date and all that. Everyone else does it, so why can't I? What makes everyone else so special? And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have a go at it. So I'm gonna spend probably next year, like the last year of my 30s, then my 40s. I'm gonna try and meet someone, try and end up in a relationship. But if it all fails, if I go through my 40s and don't end up with somebody, then I will just I will just quit then. I will just give up then. But I'm not gonna give up until I've tried. The last time I tried on dating was when I was in my early 18, 19 years old, and I actually met women online. I actually met 5 different women on online dating, and that didn't work out though. That's the thing. That's what kind of knocked my confidence, because all that not working out. So, but that's like years ago now. That was like 2000. The last time I did that was 2005, 2006. 2006 was the last time I met a woman online. I was 90. The last time I met women. Yeah, no, the last one I met was the end of 2006. Yeah, so didn't after that. So yeah, I didn't meet anyone after that. So I need to at least try. If I don't try, I'm not gonna. If I don't try, how will I know? If I don't try, how do I know? Innit? How do I know I can't find someone, or at least go on dates? And yeah. So if it doesn't work out, so be it. Just but if I get to a certain point, it gets to like, if I'm not in a relationship with a woman by the time I'm 50 or late 40s, then I think then it's time to say, yeah, just give up then. But I have not really tried. I'm not actually active. I'm not really tried. I'm not actually I've not gone on Tinder and select and showed, it says I've not liked someone or said I'm interested to another woman, and I'm kind of fearful of that, because I'm fearful of trying. I'm fearful of approaching them, because I know the reason why they don't approach me is because they're not interested. So that's why I kind of don't bother. That's what I'm fearful of. And I'm fearful of trying to message them, or if they're so interested in them, because I feel like they're going to reject me back. I have this fear of being rejected back. That's what I'm fearful of. I don't like rejection. I think I'm I'm too sensitive. I think I'm just too sensitive. Such a sensitive person. It's annoying. You know, why can't I be like every other guy? Just just show no emotion. Just be emotionless. Just be emotionless. Don't let things bother you. Just be tough. Just be a man. You know. I am a man, but just don't. But I don't think emotionally. I just feel like a weak person. You know, and but yeah, I don't know. I have this definitely have a thing like women. And I have this thing with piggybacks. I definitely want to make it happen. And even in the bedroom, I'm with a woman. I like the stuff. Just like I liked kind of sexually stuff. I like dominating her and all that, and being like wrestling her down and just like dominating. Sitting on her and stuff and doing wrestling moves where she's like in between my legs, kind of like that. I like that shit. I like her touching me. I like her touching me and her and like just being against her, and I like to be, in the bedroom. I kind of like, even though I don't seem like the person, but I like to dominate, and but I like that. Even though I'm sensitive and I seem like a weak person, but I like that stuff, But so that in a way that kind of makes me kind of manly, innit? That's a manly thing about me. So at least one thing that's manly that kind of makes me kind of what a man should be like. But I'm not like I don't want to harm. Obviously I want to do it if I want to, but I want like I wouldn't want to. It's not like trying to. It's just like it'd be controlled and like just playful kind of bit. It may make it a bit rough, but not like I'm not trying to like cause harm or anything. I don't like the thought. I don't like that shit didn't turn me on. I'm not trying. It's not that I get. It's not that I. What I like about all that stuff. What I like about the dominating and stuff. I like the thought of dominating her, and I kind of like. I like all the stuff where you dominate, but I like her just being in between my legs. I just like a woman in between. I just like her to be in between my legs, and it feels nice, and makes me turns me on. That's what I like about that kind of stuff. That's what I like about all they're doing on the wrestling stuff, like camel clutches and just wrestling her down like she's like I'm straddling her, and I like how it feels. It turns me. I just think it's hot. I find it hot, but and also with the piggyback thing, what I like about the piggybacks is the fact is that that she's in between my legs. I like the thought of her being in between my legs. That's what I like about piggybacks so much. I like the thought of being in between. I like the thought of her being in between my legs. I like that. It turns me on. So, but I can make that stuff happen. Obviously, and obviously, but I need to, but but no, I shouldn't say that stuff like that. But it's what I like though. I like that stuff. It kind of turns me on. I'm not a violent person. I'm not going to be a violent person. I just like being a bit rough in the bedroom. This makes it. But no. I need to make it happen, don't I? But yeah. So I'm going to try then. So next year, I'm 39 next year, then 40 the year after, then 40, and I've got all my 40s. And I do think, by the time I get to end later, if I haven't made this happen by the time I'm late 40s, and I do think I'll just give up. I think it's time just to definitely just give it up, because I'm going to get old then, and and most women that are my age, or like a bit younger, they're going to start looking old. They're going to start to be getting old, and they'll be losing their looks as well. So it's not going to. What's the point? So.